So this was the slide for previously we stopped here. This is about crypto arithmetic problems. Okay. Crypto arithmetic problems, and we are shortly saying this terminology as cap. And in this terminology, we will be given two strings and we have to add those two strings and we will get the solution string. We don't have to perform the addition. Actually, something is going on between these strings. You have to find what is happening there. So actually behind these strings, there are some numbers for each letter. For example, P is 9. For example, A would be 4. For example, S would be 6. You have to find these numbers, and then if you will perform the addition, then you will have this answer. Then everything will be okay. So you have to find the letters, you have to find the digits which are behind these letters. Okay, let's move on to this example. So in this example, the question is find the solution for the send plus more is equal to money. So this is again, you are adding two strings and getting the solution string, but here you don't have to add literally the letters or the strings. You have to find actually the numbers which are behind these letters. And extra information in the question is where each unique character, so these are the characters SENDMORE. So each unique character must be replaced with a unique digit. So we have to replace these letters unique. The word unique is there. For example, if S, you have replaced S with 5, and if S is coming again somewhere else, suppose it is coming here, then the 5 will be replaced also here at all the positions for S. Anyhow, you have to replace these letters with the digits. Digits what? From 0 to 9. And the number so formed cannot start with 0. And the instructions, further instruction is that when you will add these two numbers and you will get the result, the number cannot start with 0, which means this starting in the result, the starting digit from the left cannot be 0. This is the meaning of this sentence. Now, let's have a look on the solution. So, previously, we discussed this slide. Anyhow, here you have to count how many letters you have here. You don't have to actually count, but just to take an idea, if you will count how many unique or different letters you have here, then okay, these are 8. These are what? 8. And the digits would be from 0 to 9, which is 10. So 10 multiplied by these 8 letters and then multiplied by 2 carry digits. If you will see this equation, send plus more is equal to money, you will add this D and E, you will get Y. And the A would be the carry, which you will add in the next addition. And then this A plus N plus R is equal to 10E, and then B will be the carry, which will go for addition to the next column. Similarly, C, S plus M is equal to this O, and maybe this 10O, and then the C is going next for the carry. Similarly, finally you have whatever the carry you have here, you are writing it here. This is the equation for the normal addition. Normal addition. If you will do addition in mathematics, then this can be the equation. And you can form the equation D plus E like that is equal to 10A. So if the carry would be, if after the addition of this D and E, if the digit is more than 10, then you can write 10A. This A would be the carry, which is going next, and then plus this Y. So this is the normal equation for addition. Similarly, you can form these equation a plus n plus r, it is written here, is equal to 10b plus e, which is written here. Similarly, for all others. Anyhow, now these carries can be 0 and 1. So that's why two carries, digits for the carries are 0 and 1. And how many carries? 1, 2, 3, 4, which is right, we are writing here. And if you will multiply, then this is the total number of options you have to search. This is a long digit, huh? You have to search for finding the answer for that problem. And this is the total number of options for how many digits? 10 digits, 8 letters, 2 carry digits, 4 carries in words. So by using these numbers here in the equation, you have this total number of options that you have to see for finding the answer for this problem. But here some information is given in the question that the number cannot start with the 0, which means here, this from the left, here you cannot introduce 0 here. It can, so you cannot, the number cannot start with a 0. So it means it must be some positive number, not 0. So it means if it is, and m is what? M is a carry, and carry can be 0 or 1. And if there is no possibility of 0, then it means m is what? It is 1. It is 1. Then it means m is what? 1. So you, with this information, with this given information, you are reducing half of the options from here. And if from this information, if you are extracting that your m would be 1, then half of this is something 8 and 0, 0, 0, 0. So now you have to see this number of options to find the answer for your problem finally. Let's move on. This is extra information. You don't have to go into the depth of this, okay? You only need these equations maybe, okay? But you don't need this calculation for solving this problem. Let's see. Let's move on. So now here we are starting send plus more is equal to money A, B, C, D. And what we have to find? We have to find the numbers for each letters and also for the carries. And according to the given information, we know that m is equal to what? M is equal to 1, which means this m. According to the information given here in this question, this is given there. It cannot start with 0. Then if it cannot start with 0, then it can start with 1. Only two options for the carries. It can be 0 or 1. So it means m is 1. So that's why from the given information, we are supposing that m is equal to what? 1. And when m is equal to 1, okay, now put this value here and we replace this m with 1. Wherever we have m here in this problem, we replace that m with this 1 here. And now we are in this situation. After that, now you have to think about these carries. First, you concluded something. What is the value for the m? You concluded. And now think for the c. And then you will think for the B, and then you will think for the A. And when you will keep on thinking like that, then it is quite the possibility that you will get some value for some digits. Like here, now m is equal to 1, we got this information. Now, actually, we have found the value for the m1. Either what way, we found the value for m is equal to 1 by this given information, okay, whatever it is, but we have found. Now we will think about this C. This carry C can be 0 or can be 1. According to the question. Can be 0 or can be 1. So now therefore you have two branches here. Therefore you have two branches here. Okay, assume that if your C is 0, assume that if your C is 0, then we will put this C0 here. And then here, what is this? This is M, this is M, and this is M, which we replaced previously. So that's why you are seeing 1, 1, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So now you have 0 here, 1 here. Now think over it. If I will take this S, for example, if I will take this S9, then this 9 plus 0, 9, plus this 1, it will become 10. And when it will become 10, this O will be what? 0. And 1 is the carry which is going next. Okay. Now everything is satisfying. Huh? My constraint is satisfying. My condition is satisfying that if I will take S is equal to 9, you have to assume, okay, if you will take S is equal to 9, then 9 plus 1, 10, plus this 0, okay, 10. Then this O will have the 0 and the carry will go next in the next column. So condition is satisfying with the next values. So here I can take, what? Here I can take the value of S is equal to 9. I can assume. Or by writing this equation, or what is this equation? 0 plus S plus 1. So where is the S involved? This equation. This is the equation, huh? 0 here. 0 plus S, this column. C plus S plus M. So if the carry is 0, okay, write it. C is equal to 0. M is equal to 1, okay, write it. Put these values here in this equation. And then you will have what? This will become 0. So S plus 1 is equal to 10 plus O. So this is what written here. S plus 1 is equal to O plus 10. After putting the values of C is equal to 0 and M is equal to 1. So you can either think in your mind that you can assume S is equal to 9 and then you can get the values for the digits, or you can put your previous value C is equal to 0 and M is equal to 1 in this equation and you will have something like that. And then after simplifying this equation, you will have what? S is equal to O plus 9. So 10 minus 1, you will have S is equal to O plus 9. And now here, if you will put S is equal to 9, from here you are getting this idea that if you will put S is equal to 9 here, then 9 plus 1 is equal to 10 plus this 0, which means 10. Then this O will become 0 and the 1 will carry, which will go forward. So everything is satisfying. If you will assume S is equal to 9, and then when you will assume S is equal to 9, what will happen? You will get the value for the O, which is what? 0. So when you will assume S is equal to 9, when you will have the value S is equal to 9, you are also getting the value for O, which is what? 0. Okay. And so it means when the carry is 0, you are getting two new values for the two letters S and O in your question. Now, think for the other part when the carry is equal to 1. So now, after removing this drawing, now think for the other part when the carry is, this carry is 1. So if your carry is 1, now the equation would be what? This carry is 1. I don't know that, but this M is 1. Here the M is 1. This will become 10. And this, so S plus, and maybe plus, huh? Is equal to, and plus this O. So now this would be the equation, huh? So S plus 2 is equal to 10 plus O, or 10 minus 2, you will have 8. Let's see that. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 10 plus. So this would be the question after putting the values. And then you will have S is equal to 8 plus O after simplifying. And now here you can assume S, for example, if you will assume S is equal to 8, then this 1, 8 plus 1, it will become 9. Then this plus 1, which is for the M. So 9 plus 1, 10. And then this O will become 0 and the carry will go forward. Again, if you will assume S is equal to 8, if you will assume, then everything is going okay. If you will assume S is equal to 8, but if you have done this C is equal to 0 already and you have the values for S already 9, then here, why you are taking the value? Now the question is, why you are taking the value of S is equal to 8? S is already you calculated as 9 in this previous step. So either, so now, so if you will take S is equal to 9, then this, S is equal to 8, then this 8 plus 1, 9, plus 1, 10, O will become 0. So it is not possible in this puzzle that some letter will have two values. Because in the question, we already said we have to replace them with unique digits. So it is not possible that your S will have the 9 here and also the 8 here. No. Either you can go with this option or with that option. Okay. So either you can go. So now one question can arise in our minds that, okay, if I will go with this, then with this branch of the tree, then the value for the S is 9. But if I will go for this branch of the tree, then the value can be 8. Yes, it can be. So now you have to decide either you have to go with this branch or that branch. Okay, so here in this example, we are going with this branch, which we already calculated, huh? We are calculating from the left to right, huh? So this step we already calculated, and here we have the S is equal to 9 and O is equal to 0. And one more thing, if you will go with these values here, you will find contradictions here on the other branch also. So anyhow, so we are stopping this branch and we are coming back here where S is equal to 9 and O is equal to 0. We already concluded at this step, at this step. Okay, now put these values of S, O, and M in the equation, and now we will have this situation. So now we are going to do what? We are here. We are at this step. Here we have found the value for the S, which is 9. We will replace this. In the next step, we will replace this S with 9 and this O with 0, which you are seeing here. So I have repeated the steps here. Now, what is the possibility? Now, this step is done. Now you have to think for this carry B. This carry B can be 0 or 1. This carry B can be 0 or 1. So after this node, I have these two options, B is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, which is displayed here. B is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. So when B is equal to 0, now look here. We replaced this S with 9. We replaced this O with 0, which we found in the previous step. And all other replacement is already from the previous step. This is M is equal to 1. This was the carry C, which is 0, huh? And now you are thinking for this carry, which is B, and you are assuming that if B is equal to 0, okay, then we are replacing that B with the 0. And now what is the equation? Equation for this column was b plus e plus o, that is written here. B plus o plus e plus o is equal to 10c plus n. This is the equation. You can use this equation to find your answers quickly, okay? Otherwise, you have to assume it. So now b is 1 here. E, I don't know. O is 0 here. C was what? C was previously 0, huh? If it was 0, then you have the 0 here. And n, I don't know. So I have to write it here. So then it is 1 plus e plus 0 is equal to 0 plus n. Okay. Which you are seeing here. The, for this column, So why I have taken 1 here? B is not 1, okay? B is, we are taking B is equal to 0, okay? So B is not 1 here. It is a, so everything here you have on the left hand side, you have only E. You have only E left. So after putting these values, you will have these values. E plus 0 is equal to n plus 0. Okay. You can put the values which you have here in this situation on this column, what values you have, just put it. 0 plus e plus 0, which you can see here, plus n plus 0, and now I can remove. So after putting the values, you have E is equal to N. What this is saying, it is saying that the value of the E and the value of the letter N are both are same, huh? Are both are same. So this is not okay with respect to this problem, with respect to crypto arithmetic puzzle or crypto arithmetic problem. This is not a right situation. It is not possible that two letters will have the same value. So that's why it is not valid. So we have to stop here. This is dead end. And then we will move on to the other branch or the other part. Here we were assuming b is equal to 0. So this branch is not giving us the result. So that's why we will stop. And then we will move on to the other branch. And here in this branch, we will assume the opposite of this one, which is what? Previously it was 0. Now we are assuming 1. So now we are assuming b is equal to 1. Okay. So this is the position for the b. So b, now we are assuming it 1, b and e. And here this o was what? This o was, this was the o, okay? Which we have 0 here. So we replaced this o. We are replacing this o with 0, okay? Now, after putting these values, now the equation will become e plus 0 plus 1, which is written here, is equal to n, which is written here, and 10, and the next carry, 10c, for example. And this carry 10c 0. So when you multiply, you will get 0. And here you are getting e is equal to n minus 1 after simplifying. And here it doesn't mean that E is equal to N. No, it means after subtracting 1 from N, then you will get the value for the E. So E and N are different, huh? This equation is giving us a hint that this E and N are what? Different. We don't know what are the values of this E and N are at this step. We don't know what are the values, but this equation is giving us this hint to us that E and N is not equal. They are different. So we will keep this equation with us. It is not giving us any answer about E or N, but we can use this equation in future if we will have a value for the N or E. If we will have a value for the N, we can subtract -1 from it, and then we can find the value for E. And similarly, if we will have the value for the E, we can find the value of N by using this equation. So we are keeping this equation on a side. Maybe we will use this equation in future calculation. Okay. So now, whatever we have here, so this is the step. So this step is now done. After this step, what is the, now you have to think for this carry, A. And this A can be 0 or can be 1. And if this A can be 0, now put the values of A here, A, and then N are, all other values are as these were in this previous step. So all other values are same as we have here in this step, because we have not found anything here except the mathematical equation. So now, this equation will become 0 plus n plus r is equal to 10b plus e. And after putting values in that equation, you can directly find the equation from here, or you can go back and then you can have this equation here. Sorry. Yes. Now, so 0 plus n plus r, I am just writing it here, 0 plus, is equal to 10b. So 10b, and b is what? The next carry is 1. So that's why 10b, 10 multiplied by 1, you have the 10 here. Huh? And then the e. Okay. So this is the equation. And now after simplifying, you will have n plus r, 10 plus, and e is what? E is what? E is n minus 1. E is what? N minus 1. So now replace this e with that n minus 1. Okay, replaced. Done. And after, now solve it. And when you will simplify it, then you will get r is equal to 9. You will get r is equal to 9. But we already have given this 9 to some other letter, huh? Which was s here. We already have given this 9 to some other letter, which was s here. So again, if here we are finding that now r is also 9. No, it is not valid according to this exam, according to this problem, because each letter will have a different digit. So s is already 9. So we cannot assign the r with the value 9. So it is invalid. So we have to stop here on this branch. We don't need that branch. You don't have to go further into it, because in the previous steps, you already have calculated 9 for some other letter, which was the S. And here you are getting 9 again for the R, which is, it is invalid. So you have to stop here and then think for the other option. Previously you assumed, A is equal to 0. Now assume the carry A is equal to 1 here. And here, this is the value for that. Now you are assuming A is equal to 1. And then the equation will become 1 plus n plus r, which is written here, is equal to 10b. And the value of b is 1. So that's why 10 multiplied by 1, you will have the 10. And then the e here. After simplifying this equation, and after putting the value of this e by using this equation here, after putting the value of e is equal to what? E minus n minus 1. After putting this value, you will have now the value for the r is 8. 8 is not given to any other letter before, huh? So that's why this branch is okay. So that's why this branch is okay. So now you are going to accept this value for the r, because no any constraint is violating. You are not violating no any constraint here. Constraint means you are satisfying all the values for the other variables, and there is no any contradiction between the values of the variables which you already have. So now you have r is equal to 8. So now I have the value for the m, which is 1 here. I have the value for the s, which is 9 here. I have the value for the o, which is 0 here. And now I have the value for the r, which is 8 here. And now my three options are finished. Now the options with these carries are finished. I have considered 4 different carries. So now what I will do, I cannot draw this tree further, because I don't have any carries left. I can only think something about that. But now first, put these values here. Put these values here. M, R, S, O. Put these values here in this picture, and then we will have this picture now. So after putting the values, so these were the carries. So 1011, if you will see 1011, same thing. So we are now only going to replace the value of this R with 8 here, which you are seeing here, nothing else. Rest of the picture is same. So this is the value for the S, this is value for the M, this is value for the O. Now, only these 4 letters are remaining and my tree is finished. I cannot process the tree further. I cannot process the tree further. Then what are the options left? The only hit and trial method is left. You can assume any value here for these E, N, and D and Y. 4 letters are remaining. And you have to assign, what were the question? We have to assign digits from 0 to 9. 9 is done. 8 is done. 1 is done. 0 is done. When I say done, it means these are already assigned. So 9 and 8 are done. So what is left? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 are left. 0 and 1 is also already assigned. 1 is assigned to M, 0 is assigned to O. So now, what numbers are left? You can only assume them one by one, and then you can say, then you can see what will happen here in this picture. Huh? So here, so 9 is already done, 8 is already done. Okay, 7 is remaining. So if you will take this E is equal to 7, what will happen? 7 plus 1, 8. And here you will have 8. And the carry would be what? 0. But 8 is already done with the R. So I cannot take this E is equal to 7. Clear or not? I cannot take this E is equal to 7 because then you are getting 8 for the N. And 8 is already done with the R. So it means that 7 is not the right answer for this E. Then what? You will check the next one, which is what? 6. So if I will replace this E with this 6, then 6 plus 1, it will become 7. And the carry is equal to 0 next. Okay, satisfying. Okay, up to here. And then this E will also become 6, huh? At all places. And then here, okay, if 6 plus 1, 7, and the carry is 0, up to this column, okay, it means we are going to take the value 6. And then, okay, I will replace this E also with 6. Now think for this N. What is left? 7 is left. So I will check again with, no. When this is 6 plus 1, 7, so you are getting also 7 for this N. So it means now your N is what? 7. Okay. So then what? 7 plus 1, 8, plus this 8, 16. So you are getting 16 for this E. 6 is already. So up to now, everything is okay. Huh? So when N is 7, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 plus 8, 16, 16, and 1 is the carry. Next. Yes, everything is okay. Up to this point, everything is okay. No contradiction. Okay, now think. So this is done. Only D is remaining. D and Y. You only have to find D and Y. And you had concluded some new digits, 7 and 6. So 7 is now done. 6 is now done. What is left then? 5, 4, 3, 2, 0 and 1 are already done. So 5 is left. So if I will take 6 and if I will take this D5, so 6 plus 5, 11. And y would become 1. This is not right because 1 is already with the m. 1 is already with the m. So 5 is not a good option for the D. Then I will take what? 4. I cannot take 7, 6 because it is already done. Huh? So then I will take 4. So 6 plus 4 is equal to now, it will become what? Y is equal to 0. No, I cannot take this one because 0 is already assigned. Then I will take what? D is equal to 3. So 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. No, I cannot take this because 9 is already done. And also the carry next is 1, not 0. Huh? So, and then if I will take 2, so 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. Y is equal to 8. No, I cannot assign. 8 is already done. And so then what? It means that no any number is left for the D because 1 and 0 is already assigned. Huh? It means something is wrong here. It means maybe something is wrong with the previous values N or something is wrong with the previous values E. Yes, it is. So if after your thought, you have concluded that this is not okay, constraint is not satisfying, so you have to go back. Where you have to go back? Previous steps are N and E. Okay, it means that the values for the N and E that you are already have concluded is not right because the constraints are not satisfying. Then what? Previously, I assumed 6 for E. Now I will assume 5 for E. Huh? Now I will assume what? I will assume 5 for E. 5 for E. And then 5 plus 1, it will become 6. And then you will have N is equal to 6. And the carry is 0. Okay. Up to this point, okay. Then here, this N will become 6. So 6 plus 1, 7. 7 and 8, 15. And this E will become again 15, 5. Huh? And the carry 1 is going next. Okay. Up to this point, okay. Huh? So now this N is what? We have found this N is equal to what? 6. And the E is what? We have found that the E is what? It is 5. So now, so 6, 5 are done. Now think here. 7 is not done. So if you will take this D as 7, 7 plus 5, you will have 12. And then you will have 2 for the Y. 1 is carry, which is going next, huh? So this 2 is not assigned already to any letter, any other letter. 5, okay. And if you will, what I said, if we will assume D is equal to 7. So 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. 1 carry next. I think now everything is satisfying. Okay. Now everything is satisfying. No any constraint. We are not violating any constraint. So that's why, so this is the value for the N is this discussion which is written here. So you can go like that. After putting the values, you can go like, and then, okay, now S is equal to 9, E we have 5, and so when you have now N is equal to 5, E is equal, sorry, N is equal to 6, E is equal to 5, D is equal to 7, Y is equal to 2, put all these values here. Put all these values here in the final figure and check that the addition is okay. If the addition is okay, you have found your values. 7, 5, 12, carry 1 is going next. And 6 plus 1, 7. 7 and 8, 15. Okay, 15. 1 carry is going next. And then 5 plus 1, 6. Okay, 6. 0 carry is going next. 9 plus 1, 0. And 1 carry is going next. So everything is okay now. Addition is also okay. And you have found all the digits for your letters. This is the solution. or this picture is the solution. Sometime possible, yeah. Yeah. Sometime possible because you saw here that if we will go up to this into this tree, then maybe we are assuming s is equal to 8. So here we are changing. So this was one branch, okay? This was one branch. And for example, if my O is 0 equal and now a 0, 8 plus 0, then maybe in this, if I will follow this branch, then I will have s is equal to 8. And if I will not find any further unsatisfying scenario next, then we will have s is equal to 8 in this branch. But here in this branch, we have s is equal to 9. This is how you can find the crypt arithmetic puzzles. And we will, inshallah, start with this backtracking search next because the time is 10:45, huh? Okay. So I will start this topic backtracking search next in the next lecture. So this is section 2704.